The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble! You're watching the Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, well, listen. I guess first we're gonna do. Oh, boo. Okay, there he is. I was about to say. I was like, okay. Like I guess he gone. He gone. But no, he here. He here. First, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He is our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
Hope my gut wasn't showing. I had to get my beer.
We hope your gut wasn't showing too, man.
Well, you. Oh shit.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Next, he's the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum. No, nothing for Moses
I
Magnum.
was gonna say something witty and funny, and then I lost it because I was trying to make a gut joke,
Mm,
and I missed it.
it's okay. It's okay. I was like, he frozen.
I should have just gone with I should have just gone with my gut instinct.
There it is. As for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. Shout out to Jay. He's not going to be with us today, but hopefully he'll be back next week. But in the meantime, we are here to talk all things comics with you all. We got a great show for you because we are going to be talking to you all about uh, DC, Marvel, Superman slash Spider-Man #1, and we're going to talk to you all about Marvel slash DC Spider-Man slash Superman #1, and we're going to talk about naming conventions and if it needs to change. But uh, before we do that, we want to make. Oh, say what now?
No. I was gonna mention I have an issue with fake covers coming out and tricking me into buying me books.
Oh, okay. Well,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
we can talk.
Finish.
Yeah, the intro. Yeah, thanks. No,
Well, now I'm really
You're
curious.
just gonna thank people that aren't with us anymore. So
I'm thanking Scott Rubin, who
yeah, he's not with us.
found the
Did
show.
he on the show?
He fired us from All Games Network.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
And now we're
Yeah.
still on the air, and he's making ice cream.
Yeah, man.
He's an ice cream man.
Is
I want
is
ice
is
It's delicious
Scott
ice
Rubin
cream, man.
on the list of Moses' enemies that
No.
have failed doing podcasts? Is that what we're saying? I didn't know. I didn't know he was the enemy. Let me know. I'll stop talking to him. No, I'd be like, no. The forum has deemed you unworthy. No. So, but yeah, shout out to Scott Rubin. Hope all is well with you, good sir. And with that said, if you want to get down with Fantastic Forum, we'll tell you how it is you can do it. You can jump into the chat room. You can go do that, whether that you're watching us on YouTube or if you're watching us on Twitch. We'll take your comments directly out of chat and bring them into the show, such as inserting witty chat comment here from Heckzilla. He says, late. This is true. We are late. I can't deny it. So, but yeah, but we're here now. Also, if you just want to go to fantasticforum.live, hit the call-in button. You can be the fourth member of Fantastic Forum. It's a coveted spot. Not a lot of people get to be the fourth member. But yeah, if you want to be the fourth member, jump on. You can go ahead and chat with us about Superman, Spider-Man, or Spider-Man, Superman, or both. So, but yeah, with that said, gentlemen, good to be here with you. Excited for today's show. Oz, you were trying to say who's doing what to you now?
DC's putting out these fake ass covers, make me buy books I don't need, even though it's actually
What fake cover did they put out?
If you saw this, Is this not one of the most amazing covers?
Hell yeah.
Dude, that is a great reference right there. I love that. So we got friggin' the Blue Beetle Booster Gold Step Brothers homage. And what's the and then that's the is it for Justice League? Is that a Justice
Yeah.
book?
Here's the real cover.
Justice League Unlimited. Now, but you knew that that wasn't that book, right?
No,
Did you not?
no, I'm not. I'm not reading. I'm not reading Unlimited. I was just walking down the comic book shop with my books, just
Yeah,
la la la, and I saw this and like
yeah.
just reached for it. Didn't even
Of
think about it.
course.
Just reached
Yeah.
for it.
Listen, I get it.
This
I get
this
it.
is a wasted, like this could be a white cover. That's exactly
Well,
what
look,
this
here's
is,
the
and it's
thing.
wasted.
Just think of it as a white cover that somebody drew on for you.
That is going on one of my walls, so I got to put that
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah,
one hundred
that, like,
percent. It's like that's what
yeah.
it's what alternate covers are supposed to do. Like be like, oh, that's amazing. I need it, and then you buy it. Now, don't get me wrong. I agree with you that it sucks that you had to pay like full comic price for just that cover, especially for a book like. I mean, I'm not gonna knock Justice League Unlimited because I haven't read it. I don't know how good it is or isn't, but it's not in your pull list. You know, like I know it's not like a book you were planning on
This
buying.
one,
So,
this one specifically. I mean, I'm not going to really review it. But, 17. It's right after KO.
mm.
So it's
Oh,
like
okay,
everybody coming out of that KO dimension or wherever they were
right.
back into the real world and the consequences. Plus, there were some villains there. What happens with them?
Right, right. Okay. So that's cool. That I mean that at least sounds interesting.
Yeah, and I think Unlimited also finally got rid of old ass Jonathan Kent. Not Kent. Yeah, I forget
You
his
talking
last
about
name.
the Superman? Or are you talking about
Yeah, they turned the Superboy that they turned into Superman prematurely.
yeah.
They changed him into the Man of Tomorrow and brought back the kid.
Oh.
It's a horrible costume, but I'm glad he's not
I don't
Superman
know.
anymore.
I don't know, man. I don't
Is
like
he?
I
What's he
feel like
now?
that whole
Is he
oh go ahead.
super? Who's he now? They call him
Man of
now?
Tomorrow.
Oh
That's a bad name.
no, I was thinking about the kid. Like,
Oh, the kid. I mean, he's Jonathan. I only saw the issue where he came back, and it's kind of like Lois is like, "Hey, you're back." You know, like that. There's a whole lot that has to be unpacked with that. So
And so
I only saw the one issue. I haven't seen like the next one to see
he
how.
looks like 12 again or something.
Yeah, it's actually him as a kid.
Mm.
Like the
Yeah.
same weird costume he had that like has the striping and kind of the.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what it was when he was in a team up with Damien.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know about any of that stuff. Like, but I look. I'm of the mindset where I'm like, I'm not certain I'm a huge fan of extra iterations of characters. And, you know, if with the big two, it's kind of gotten a little bit out of hand.
Oh
Even
no,
though there's been some
they
good
should have
things
killed
that have
old
come
ass
from it.
Jonathan a long time ago and just kept the kids as kind of an interesting little thing.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure how I feel about like super family just as a concept, you know? Like, obviously, it's like you have like Supergirl, and it's like, okay.
I feel like probably the one of the ones that pulls it off the best is like the Bat family. You know, like because it's
Even
they're
that's getting a
Yeah,
little
but
big.
there's too
yeah
many of them too. Yeah, it's too
yeah
many of like if you could cut off half of them, it'd be better.
yeah
It's like, you know, and don't get me wrong, I get it. Like, you know, Batman has Robins, and Robins become not Robins or
yeah.
or,
But and
or
that's the
different forms
thing.
of Robins. But
I guess that's what keeps it for me a little better than other ones is that they're not really just knockoffs. You know, they each have their own personalities, and you know, depending on who's writing what, it can still be interesting. And then you still got your like Huntress and Birds of Prey, and you know, the
yeah,
other stuff around it too. So
yeah. But you know, I don't know. Like in my mind, I'm like, when you create a new character and have to tell a story with those characters, like that's just like one less story you have for the main character, right?
yeah,
You know, like there's very few stories that you can tell. Like, let's put it like this, like when you have like say a That's a good, like, when you have a Damian Wayne story as Batman, you can put Batman in that story, and it's like, and you need Batman stories because you're not getting rid of Batman, right?
Hmm.
So it's kind of like, I don't know, like, I don't know if we need, like, yeah, or I don't know,
Yeah,
like,
but Damian Batman stories tend to fall somewhere between current Batman and beyond.
that's true, but still, it's like I'm just talking about the plot points. Like, obviously there'll be some things that'll be different because it's like near future story, right? But or in the same way how, like, there's a, when you're talking about, and I'm not saying we should get rid of Supergirl or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, as an example, like, there's Supergirl stories you probably can tell with Superman, right? And it's like, it probably was not going to change the story that much. Uh, Maybe a little bit, because Supergirl might be a bad example just because she has a very different personality than Superman, but still, it's kind of like, you
I guess
know,
Superboy, if you're doing
yeah, definitely
comics.
Superboy. Like, we don't look. I
Yeah.
don't think we need Superboy at all. Like, like, I mean, Superboy used to be like young Superman stories, right? Then we actually got a Superboy. Then we got like
Yeah.
three of them.
And then the Legion
Now
stuff.
it's like, what? We don't need three Superboys. I know that. I know that. But
And then
hey,
Jonathan became Superboy, but he was little. And then he
yeah,
became
right.
Superboy, but now he's older.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, Moses, that Clayface trailer came out.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I hate
You hate
it.
it. Moses
No,
hates it. Moses is like, enough. No.
I always like the idea of that movie, especially like, because that's an interesting villain. So if you're gonna make a movie centered around a villain, Clayface is an interesting one to do. Like, you could tell a whole
Mhm.
story without him even having to, like, I'm basically being a monster, you know.
Mhm.
Um, like a lot of the cartoons were kind of that, you know, like they're more focused from his perspective than
Mhm.
Batman's, you know. And so, and then the dude that's doing it, I forget the dude's name, was Mike Flanagan, I think. But yeah, he's the dude that did all the good horror Netflix stuff like Midnight Mass and The
Mhm.
Haunting of Hill House and things like
Mhm.
that. So it's good shit. So that guy's good, and so they're taking that body horror route with it, and I think that's what I really liked because I knew they were going that way.
Mhm.
So the trailer has like no dialogue at all.
No.
Oh, I guess it's a teaser. Like
Very
this was a
little.
teaser, but yeah, but they teased it well. And there's a one like last 2 seconds where it's like he's just chilling and he's like the handsome guy or whatever, and he just rubs his face, and it's like removing the clay. Like
Yeah.
that shit freaked me out. Like from a body horror perspective, I'm like, man, it's just a good effect. I'm like, I can't believe somebody hasn't tried that before, or maybe
Mhm.
they haven't. I just haven't seen it.
Right. Right. I tell you, man, it's yeah. It felt like a lot to me. I was like, I don't know if I can just watch that. Like, maybe I
Being
probably
even,
will, but
yeah, but still, like being a comic fan and somebody that doesn't really do horror is like it's something you wouldn't want to go see
mhm.
necessarily, unless it's because it's a comic movie. And even like comic movies that are more horror centered, like they're still like
Mhm.
more comic, like
Right. Right.
something like a Swamp Thing that is technically
Mhm.
more of a horror comic. Like it's still the movies were still more hero. Like you can still
Right.
watch them even if you're not a horror movie.
Right. Yeah,
Taking
man.
Tugboat in chat says, I agree with Mo. Great horror vibes. It reminded me of the mirror scene from Poltergeist. Yeah, that's
Ugh.
kind of the feeling I got too.
Well, you got the chance to see it, Oz? What'd you think?
I thought it's fine.
There it
It,
is.
I mean,
Oz giving it the
it's a
seal of
horror.
approval.
It's a Clayface horror movie, and I get the idea, and it actually like visually looks cool, especially what Mo mentioned, that last scene in the teaser. Like, it looks cool.
Mhm.
I'm a wait and see kind of guy now. I've been tricked way too many times by trailers.
No, when you say you're a wait and see kind of guy now, that means what?
I've seen a lot of trailers that make me think it's going to be something amazing, and then it's not.
Hmm. But I mean,
But
you're
that's
gonna
their
go see
job.
Clay,
I mean, I'm
but
hopeful.
but you're gonna go see Clayface no matter what, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm like, okay, so you're not for Clayface, you're not wait and see.
yeah,
You're
but
just like,
I'm not gonna say, oh, it looks like the greatest fucking thing ever, because
mm,
trailers lie.
Well, chances are it won't be, but it's it'll be pretty cool.
I mean, even
And
if it's
I know you're not really a horror guy either, huh?
no, not really.
Yeah. So and that's the thing. Like, I think Jay hated it. That's why he didn't come today. Because right after I sent him the trailer, he's like, "I'm not gonna be on the show today."
I'm,
You know?
and it's not even. I don't think it's gonna be like horror, like scary. I think it's kind of gonna be like body horror.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's what they've been
Which
saying.
I mean,
yeah.
it's yeah, it's Clayface, and yeah,
But
that's
that could
kind of what
also
you would
really
think.
be like that more tense. Like I like Larry from a dude that is afraid of horror movies. Like body horror is they trick him by being like, oh, this is sci-fi, but it's actually body horror, and then he's freaking out. You know, like for him that's even worse than like ghosts and devils and shit. Like yeah,
No, body horror is messed up. Like that's why friggin' Junji Ito can be unsettling.
See,
yeah.
that's one of the positive things about this movie. I don't know how Lawrence feels, but I also don't like body horror. I'd like to be scared more than grossed out, but it's Clayface, and I understand what's going on there. I think that makes it a little bit different. Like he's supposed to be able to change and do like that wipe he does with his face,
Hmm.
and that's actually interesting.
Yeah,
And
and
Yeah,
then how he
unsettling.
deals with it as a person, because there's always that like, I mean, we see the cartoon origin like that. For me, that's almost a definitive because I love it so much.
He was messed up for a while in that too when it
Yeah, like
happened.
it's like just his transition from human to what he became was like it's almost like that weird like monkey's paw wish, like he wanted something and he got too much of it, and that's kind of like I guess what the Substance movie is, so
Hmm.
which again became it was it's a horror movie technically, but yeah. But like yeah, exploring that on a longer scale, I think is gonna be interesting. And the dude like Mike Flanagan, like he's like that's when you said like it's not gonna be like a super scary horror movie like that. Like that's kind of his vibe. Like he's more about telling a good story that can terrify you on on a subconscious level. Like if you watch a show like Midnight Mass, like that's literally like it's not super scary. It has its horror vibes, but it's more about how like you let your belief system put you in danger from being too rigid in it, and even though there's monsters and vampires in it, like it's really more about the people involved in it, the characters,
Hmm.
and that's the type of movies that he does. His horror movies are like that, Mike Flanagan, and so I can't like him doing a Clayface movie is really cool. I don't even know if he's I don't know if because sometimes these things change and I don't know about, but that's the name I remember being attached to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Heck, did you?
that makes me feel better about it if it's a guy that cares more about the story than, well, I'm going to put something gross on to for people,
Yeah.
which is what always worries me about this type of movie. Just like a James Gunn movie or Waititi movie, like I'm worried
Oh,
they're
what?
gonna Waititi. I'm always worried that they're gonna go for the joke when they could have gone serious and made it
Well,
better.
and that's the thing. Like when you think of James Gunn, like you're thinking of that, like what you think of from when you see like Guardians and stuff. But he's a horror guy. Like yeah, he does it tongue in cheek still. But a movie like Slither was a straight up like it was a solid horror movie with good storytelling. But and then that's why he picked Flanagan to do it because he loves the horror movies are more about the characters going through the scary thing than trying to give you just a bunch of jump scares,
I'm hoping.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, ladies and gentlemen, Hector's in the building. What up, Heck? How are you?
I'm tired, man. I'm fucking
No. Look, is it because of work?
yeah, man.
Mm. Not used to that anymore, huh?
Dude, you got to be out in the heat the whole time, almost the whole time.
Oh,
And
almost like you're a Mexican.
yeah, yeah, they're making me be brown. Like I'm literally tan now.
Before he could pass.
I thought I was gonna be okay Mexican, like, oh, I'm employed by Home Depot. I'm not just waiting outside. But no, no,
He's outside.
yeah, I'm still outside.
Like,
And
no, you can't come in here, boy.
there's no water, and you stay outside, boy.
Oh man. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Heck.
Yeah,
Um,
Hey,
it's,
look, he's making money. He's cool.
yeah.
It just
I'll,
sucks,
I'll,
but he's down.
I'll move up. I'll move out of that position eventually. I don't know when.
got you. Heck, by any chance, did you see the Clayface trailer?
I just saw it while you guys were talking.
No. Okay. What did you think? What'd you get from it?
It's a good teaser. Um, Visually, it looks interesting. It looks like Clayface.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited, but at the same time, like, where are we placing this movie in the whole cinematic universe thing? Is he James Gunn universe?
Yes.
Is he Pattinson universe?
No, I think
No,
he's
he's
in the
the
Gun
super-
universe. He's in
Mhm,
the DC
yeah.
universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Batman
it's
could
a-
show up if
it's
they had
actually
a
not-
Batman.
It's actually not Mike Flanagan directing. It's a dude named James Watkins, which he did a movie called A Woman in Black, which is really good. I wish Jay was here. And then Speak No Evil, which is another good one. Those are all
I've heard
tension.
Speak No Evil is good.
Yeah, those are all tension-based horror stories. You know, character and tension-based. You know, you empathize with the characters, and that's what makes it scary. You know, and Mike Flanagan is writing, so it's two dudes that are kind of like this is kind of the telling a good Clayface story. I think is right up their alley. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm excited.
There it is. Heck, by chance, were you able to get your a copy of Spider-Man, Superman,
I
or were
was
you too busy working? Yeah, you were.
I
You were
didn't get
not.
Spider-Man, Superman. I read Superman, Spider-Man.
Okay. Well, we'll start with that then.
I
shall
I got
start.
50%.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at
See, I
all.
didn't realize this was going to be an all Superman episode, so I got the other book I thought we were going to do, but didn't.
Oz, what? Oz, why don't you?
This was in
Why-
the. This is what
why
was
don't
in
you-
the thing that you guys sent me.
Why don't you? Why don't you read the messages? Like I don't understand. Like we save messages.
I haven't read this because I didn't see it on the thumbnail. Look, it's still like wrapped up.
Yeah, right. Because we're not
I
doing
just wanted
that
to
yet.
hold
We're
up a
gonna,
white
we're
cover
gonna
to
white
do
cover
it.
too.
I just wanted to make Mo a little jealous
Yeah.
with the white cover.
Wait,
That's
what number is
too
that? What number issue is that?
Number
one?
number
This
one.
is one. I got number 2 also.
No.
Oh, okay.
I think,
I'm ready to go.
But that's next week. Like even Larry said it was for the 29th.
I don't know dates.
I'm glad that you have it though, so you don't have to worry about it.
What's
Yeah.
a 29?
Oh, the 29th. The date.
He said, "What's a
next
29?"
Wednesday.
So okay. All right. Well, shoot. Let's go ahead and jump into this review. I forget. Did we? We only got the TV. Whatchamacallit, right? So I'm gonna use this transition. Oh, that didn't work. It's so funny because it's only 7 seconds, but it feels like forever.
Yeah, that could be.
Especially to our audio listeners.
Yeah.
You need that MTV transition. You know that guitar riff they used to put with that sound?
Yeah, and that was only like 3 seconds, I think.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't that long.
It was like,
That's
Yeah.
half that video.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
work on that later.
So I'm looking into chat and I see Rough Rider. What up, Rough Rider? Right out the gate, which variant cover did you get for Spider-Man, Superman? Oh, okay. Now that actually, I'll hold on to that because we're see, and this is the thing. This is the conversation we really need to start with. We need to start with this naming convention thing because I'm not certain. Like, I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with people where people don't know if, like, they think they're talking about one book, but they're talking about a different book because obviously one book is Superman Spider-Man and
Yeah.
the other one is Spider-Man Superman. Now, don't get me wrong, they're clearly differently named books, you know? Um,
Well, it's the whole, when your mom says Nintendo and she's talking about, an Xbox or a PlayStation.
right,
Everything's a Nintendo.
right. But at the same time, though, it's like there is a certain level of understandable confusion when it's like you're talking about like a book that's like it's two characters like and they're different books, but it's just what matters is what name comes first. And I feel like,
Confusion for the casual. Casual.
well, but at the same time, I'm like I'm certain I don't want to call people casuals because like I feel like okay, or maybe the better way to ask this question is should these books be named something different?
Yes.
Like should they have like a subtitle or something? That way it's like we can just like one of them is going to be this and the other one is going to be that and they still have Superman Bat or Superman Spider-Man, but you could refer in the same way how you have like how with the movies, right? Like we have 3 Avengers movies, but they all have a subtitle and you just call them Infinity War, Endgame. Should Spider-Man, Superman be called something and Superman, Spider-Man be called something different and they just have different subtitles and that's how we know which one we're referencing easier?
No, I think they should just be called one series name, even though one works with the other and one works with the other on different on the other issue. It should just be called like under one line, Multiverse Finest. Yeah, and that's it. Because
Multiverse Finest, interesting.
it's like you're really just. I mean, you're watching team ups that you never thought would happen, and I'm enjoying them. But then there's stuff like that I can't like I didn't know was there. Like I know we talked last time about it with heck the Thor Shazam one. You know that's an Infinite comic. You know like, but it's like if you really want to. Like even me, like I'm trying to buy it online, like digitally, because I didn't get the chance to go to the store. And it's like I don't. Every time I type something, one thing will come up, but not the other. You know. And like it gave me one from Mexico, like where it was like Superman y el Hombre Araña, like from like 1968 or some shit. You know. And like yeah. So and it's like, but
What
I'm
was
like
the
trying.
cover for that one?
And okay, I bought it. It was not that different than any of these. But it was like John Romita Jr. Senior doing it rather, you know. So like you know that shit's gonna be good.
Yeah, because I mean, and I guess like if I'm not mistaken, like I know like this is basically like 50 years since since Superman and Spider-Man have had their first crossover, which was Superman versus Spider-Man, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. But
I was able to buy that, but not the new one today. Like,
but Spider-Man or Superman versus Spider-Man, which I think, and that was only one book, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just one book that both of them co-published. I understand that, like, a part of this is just like equity in like no neither company wants to cede like or it's not seed, but it's I guess it's more so like you don't want to have one book because that book becomes the definitive book and somebody has to quote unquote win or lose or whatever. If you make 2 books, one by one company, one by the other company, then
Then you just keep your
Yeah,
problem.
but they're not fighting.
That's
It's
the beauty
team
of
up.
this
It's true.
series. Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
the beauty of this. This is what makes this series really enjoyable. Is that you're just getting like, I mean,
like
if we
team
could
ups.
jump, if we, yeah, if we could just jump into it, it's like the Brave and the Bold and stuff like that, where it's like it's more of a team up book, Marvel team up, and stuff like that. But you're getting like weird team ups that are just executed well too. Like some better than others, of course. But like for example, like not to jump right into the review, but like that Punisher Power Girl story, like I love that.
But it worked.
It worked, and I'm like, and it was just, it's almost, it's not super dense. Everybody does what they do, and it just, it worked, And then the other one was like, you get your Ben Parker meeting Pa Kent, and like that story was, man, fucking Jeff Lemire, like, we'll talk about that later. I felt like I needed a cigarette after while reading that, because it's like that. Like Jeff Lemire, that motherfucker, like when he writes comics, like fucking like Bob Dylan writes music, like it pulls at you. It gives you a fucking emotional reaction. Like anything Jeff Lemire does that to me, man.
Well, look.
Read that one.
Oh, go ahead. Heck.
No, I said I gotta go back and read that one. I kind of skipped over it.
What made you decide to skip over it? Just out of curiosity.
Just the art, like not that it was bad art. Just there's nothing really going on. I wasn't, and I was tired as shit. So I had already read like 4 of the stories in the book. So I was like,
right.
I can read this later.
And low key, like that's kind of like how I felt, because I read that one last. Like I read that like to this morning, but it was because like there's no real super heroics, but like I know what it is. I know it's different from me. Like I know I want to, and then so everything happens in the caption boxes. It's literally just a conversation recounting. You're seeing what happened, but you're hearing the story that Spider-Man heard from his uncle, talking about meeting John, and then it's Superman and Spider-Man, like talking about the time their relatives got crossed, like what they mean to them, and that's why it's like, dude, this is fucking, like, it's a real creative way to, like, it's probably one of the most boring superhero comics you ever read, but this is like straight up literature masterpiece, like it could be like a one act stage play on Broadway.
So let's go through the stories and just like literally like go one by one here, because there's a lot to cover. I guess real quick though, just to piggyback off what Rough Rider was saying, did anybody have like a particular favorite cover for Superman, Spider-Man #1? Like, because I know like there's a lot. Obviously, like they make a ridiculous amount of covers for this.
I mean, I love
these books.
We talked about it last time when I brought it up, but like for me, it's always been that one. Like I forget, it's the white cover.
You're hilarious with these white covers. Yeah.
No, but like Jim Lee did a good one, which was good, and then but there's like the Arthur Adams one was good, and they got kind of creative with like the team ups that they put in the covers, but those aren't the stories either where it's like, man, I want to see that story, but also drawn by like Michael Lidster, James Michael Lidster, right. So it's like they're all like, a lot of them are just pinups, not necessarily stories. Some are, but it's like, man, I want to see that. So I would buy a monthly series where they kind of meet up like that, and it's a fun way for like the writers to kind of cross over, maybe share ideas between the two. Like that's one of the fun things when you hear old comic guys tell stories. Like, oh yeah, I was rooming. Len Wein's like, I was rooming with Bernie Wrightston at the time. We could only afford one apartment each, and it's like they're working for rival companies, but they're like, they're fucking smoking weed and sharing ideas, like,
right.
Like there's probably shit they came up with together that we'll never see, And I think this is a good little exercise, and I would love to, if this was just like a monthly thing, that'd be right in my pull box. I can enjoy this,
A shout out to Bleeding Cool. They actually have a gallery here with like the covers for the books. So
I love that one.
You say you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is kind of classic. Yeah.
I got a Hot Wheel of the fucking spider buggy.
Yeah, that
Do you
shit's
really?
dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
One of my
Where'd
Yeah,
you
this-
get it? Because
fine.
that was like a whatchamacallit exclusive, right? Like a Comic-Con exclusive?
Oh, was it?
I think
Everything becomes an eBay exclusive at some point.
So. No, but that's what I'm asking. Where did he get it? Like,
The buggy?
yeah,
I found it at the supermarket.
man.
No, I found it. Where did I find it? It was either Walmart or Target. I'm pretty sure Walmart,
Yeah.
hiding behind something else.
Did you already show the Scotty Young cover? That one's really.
I don't
so,
think so.
it's so minimalist, but it's really cool.
Wait, is it the one with Spider Ham?
No, it's the one that Scotty Young does.
Yeah, I like
Like
that
his
one,
art
Terry
is so
Dawson.
unique, you should recognize it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Low key,
Uh-oh.
like every picture I've seen with Spider-Man and Superman together has like just it's been such moment of glee for me. Like they're all just really even like within the story, you know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's so cool. Like yeah, that's who's that? That's Clayton Crane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could tell. Love it,
I know.
man. That's
Heck,
fucking
you
dope,
mentioned
too,
this
yeah.
one.
That's the one Lawrence doesn't know how to pronounce.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
And
Jim
that's
Lee
the
one.
Jim Lee, yeah.
Dave Johnson.
So
yeah.
Man, who did
that's
that
very
one?
cool. Friggin' oh man.
It's not quite
Whatchamacallit. No. It's their DNA.
DNA.
It's
Yeah, I forget his name.
but that's not the person's name. It's his last name is N-A, like right oh man.
David Nakayama.
Thank you. I was about to say.
I
was
really
like,
like that one.
Yeah.
Real Friday 86 says the black costume one is my favorite. Like, yeah, that was really good. I like that one right there too. That's another black costume one. But,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it because the Superman in it
Yeah.
isn't Superman.
yeah, I don't know much about
It's
that.
Superboy.
That's the one,
Right?
right? That's the one that
Yes,
we're
Prime.
talking about earlier.
Which one?
No, that's the
That's
Superman that comes
Prime.
from a world where he's the only hero.
Right, the
And
one
he
that
reads
punches the wall
comics?
of reality. Yeah.
No. No, this is more recent. This is like we're talking New 52.
No, but he has the ability to like manifest stuff from the dimension, right? Is that what it is?
I think he understands he's in a comic.
Yeah.
He got so nuts that he understands he's in a comic.
Yeah, no, I love that. Like that Spider-Man story, Spider-Man Superman story that I read. I'm like, man, this is like almost like if Grant Morrison wrote it, you know. And I love that story a lot. It tripped me out. Like, you know, I mean, you know, I was high reading it, but but still, like, it tripped me out. Like, this is what I like. Like, I feel like I'm a teenager.
Oh, that's the best
again.
one right there. Look at that.
Yeah, that's mine.
That's the one I got actually.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Can you send me the link to this so I can copy that
Yeah.
white cover?
He's gotta print
Yes.
it out.
There
I'm
it is.
gonna do some art things to it.
Yeah, Rough Rider
Some-
86 says Superboy Prime, he punched reality and brought Jason Todd back to life.
Yeah, that was the retcon.
That wasn't Superboy Prime.
But that was Superman Prime, not Superboy Prime.
He
right?
was Superboy Prime at the time.
No, because that was that
He became a
Superman
man.
that no, but that was that Superman that lived in the world where he was like, it was the dude that was whatchamacallit, that he was like the fictional character in the real world, and he got like sentience, right?
Was
Us.
he? No,
It
because
was Superman Prime because that's the one he's the one that came out in Blackest Night as well.
Possibly, but they're not the same character.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're different characters. Like one Superman.
One came out like with the original Crisis, and then
Yeah.
the one that's in that cover is newer.
The newer one, right?
But
that's
it's
what I'm
probably the
saying.
same concept. And I think the one from Crisis that punches reality is I think he's dead at this
Yeah,
point.
because he was. Well, yeah,
I
that's why he
thought
came
that
out in
one was
Black.
this one.
In that's why he was a zombie in Blackest Night, right?
Probably. It's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
read
he
Black
That's
he
Knight
like
was-
in a
20
minute.
years ago.
He was
That's
he was
crazy.
separated with the Golden Age Superman.
yeah,
and
who-
Lois.
Well, she died of old age.
Yeah, but they were separated together.
yeah. But this one can do that too. Like that's why I was like, is it the same? That's the one of the questions I had. But it's kind of the same concept with the two characters anyway. You know?
Yeah, it's the same concept, it's not the same character, and I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
where
just
we're getting
more
confused.
modern. Yeah,
Mm.
it's like a more
I-
modernized take on that Superman Prime. Yeah.
Because I remember that armor.
Yeah,
Um,
and low key, like I still liked his story. Like I'm like, man, this is making me want to read, you know, the comic right now because his issue came out like that series came out today, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go.
Yeah, because
You know,
I think that pre-crisis one, I don't think he referenced comic books.
Okay.
Like this new one references comic books a lot.
yeah,
Okay.
no, totally. Like even where he decided to pick out Spider-Man from, you know, that was like that was like so fucking like meta. Like it tripped me the fuck out. You know?
That's funny.
Emily was trying
So-
to sleep, and she's like, "What are you? What? Yeah,
So, well, the quote unquote main story is written by Mark Waid and art by Jorge Jiménez. Truth, Justice, and Great Responsibility. I mean, yeah, yeah.
It's pronounced George, but I'm gonna let it go because it could be Jorge.
I mean, okay.
Sorry, I heard it and it was like in my brain, just going like.
I mean, do people usually call him George?
Yeah,
Or-
George Jimenez,
Oh, okay.
or in certain parts of the country, Jiminy's.
yeah.
But
Hilarious.
Jimenez.
Yeah. But the joint starts off with
It's an amazing Doc Ock story. I love it.
Yeah,
It-
I was thinking.
look, it-
I was thinking of Oz when when I was reading it.
Like he's talking shit to Brainiac. Like,
Yeah.
Indeed, and it's
oh,
really
shit-ass
interesting
AI.
because it definitely it starts off with Doc Ock and, like you said, talking mess, which is pretty amazing, and just like I love the design of Doc Ock as well, just
Yeah.
because it's like it's kind of like almost like a half and half between like Spider-Man 2 movie like Doc Ock and like the comic Doc Ock. Like it's kind of
Like, yeah, but a certain era of the comic too, like you know, where he's like the
Right.
smocky, yeah. And we in the art world we call that neoclassical.
But then after you get like the initial introduction of, because it kind of introduces the villains first, where it's like Doc Ock and Brainiac, then you get the intro of Peter and Clark together, and the way that they do that I love too, because it shows them with the press badges.
Yeah, it's
You know,
a
and I'm
reporter
just
and a
like-
photographer.
Right. But I just like that because I'm like, oh, that's a cool, like, it's a great, like, opening scene to be like, okay. And then you go right from that to the panel with them next to each other, which is interesting because it almost has, like, Clark Kent, Jimmy Olsen kind of feel to it because it's a younger Spider-Man.
That's why I want this a monthly thing, like Superman's pal Spider-Man. Like fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
With
but-
that story later on, now that would make sense.
Well, that too. The Jeff Lemire one, and even the Lois Lane one with the creeper, where they're discussing because it's the two ways, especially how they're doing, Jameson now more like a podcaster type or more yellow journalism, if you understand that term. You might be young, you might not understand it, but
Right.
but it whereas like Lois Lane still wants. I mean, she's the Pulitzer Prize winning journalist that has like ethics in journalism. That was a good story too. Man, yeah, fuck. I remember opening up to that page right there, and I was like, fuck, I fucking love comics. You know,
Yeah,
like,
no, that it's pretty impressive, and it's like, you could definitely tell that Jimenez was like in his bag when he was like
yeah,
doing this, where it's like, okay, like he's killing the game right now.
One thing,
Um,
it's both incredibly awesome, and I also hate it. Is that
yeah.
he recreates the image of Spider-Man holding up the building.
uh, when you say the image of Spider-Man, oh, you
Yeah,
talk about
from
like when
from
he's
Amazing Spider-Man,
When he
like
when he
was
when
it
he's
like
all messed
32 or
up and
whatever?
he's like he talks himself to be able to lift it.
yeah, absolutely,
He
yeah,
he
like that,
recreates that. It looks amazing. I fucking love it. But I hate
yeah,
that he does that
No, but that like
because it's too much. Like you feel like it's too
because I
like
feel like he's
fan
just
servicey.
like he's trying to sell a panel. Like I'm gonna
Mm.
walk into Comic-Con and that's gonna have like $1,000 on the sketch.
I mean, I
I,
can't
I
blame him
can't
for
blame it. Look,
that.
it's
Yeah,
amazing. It looks great. That's the thing about it. He's very talented.
you should be mad at
Yeah.
late stage capitalism for that. Not him.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's like uh yeah, it's pretty amazing. But this story is like very much um kind of like it feels like Mark Waid doing what Mark Waid does, which is like taking the essence of characters and just trying to find slightly different ways or ideas to showcase them, right?
Yes, but also I feel like well, it's not that I'm not disagreeing with you, or I mean
Mm-hmm.
I'm agreeing with you ultimately, but I'm not but I it's also like yeah, I just want to add about how I feel. Like I get this curiosity. I want to buy him a beer and ask him like, when they told you you're doing this, like, how long had you had thought of that story? You know, like I feel like
Right, right.
I feel like he had that story written in his head when he was like 8. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the type of dude he is, the way he can construct, deconstruct, and create heroes and villains. You know, like and play with them, whether with constraints or his own. It's like he understands the nature of the characters. Like it's almost like he is a god, and
Mm-hmm.
there is like I see him like Zeus in a chess piece, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of writers I see like that, you know. Not well, there's a few that I see like that, your Alan Moores, your Mark Wades,
Mm-hmm.
your Millars. I mean, I would even put Dan Slott in there. Like I'm sure like the shit Dan Slott that is like what he probably wrote that when he was in grade school, you know, like just like this is how I would play with my toy, you know.
But
And
it's interesting because like the concept he uses, which I found really interesting with the whole fast neutrons thing, right?
yeah,
And so like you're like they're like that's a real thing,
yeah,
and it wasn't discovered like that long ago, if I'm not
right.
mistaken. So so like that part of the story, like he could have very well come up with a story a long time ago and then just incorporated
The
like
terminology.
that science aspect to
Because
it or whatever.
he also seems like a dude that would watch old Star Trek too, and they had things like that there. They just called it something different.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true, right? And that's how science does work sometimes, right? Where you have somebody make something up and somebody's like, I wonder if that's real, and then they
the
do find it,
curiosity. Yeah, the
right?
math
and they
works.
call it the same thing, right?
Yeah,
But but it's interesting, like the idea of them like saying like, okay, we're gonna be like broadcasting using these fast neutrons, and part of it is they have to use a metal to do it, or like a substance like the again, californium is a real thing
yeah,
too, which
yeah.
I'm like, that I had to look up because I did not, I
Oh,
was
did
like,
you?
yeah, I was like, that I didn't know, and I
Yeah,
was
me
just like,
neither.
uh, and I was just like, that sounds made up. I'm like, why he pick Californium? Like, why? Because I'm like, I don't even, because the Markway is not from California, right? So I was just like, why would he do California? And I was like, oh, it's real. That's why. Got it. But and it actually is used the way that he's like saying but then they're like, we're using kryptonite instead of californium, and the way that he's using that in the story where it's like just kind of has like a general weakening of Superman is like really interesting and very cool, because it's like it's not kryptonite like how we're used to it, where it's like, okay, Superman's like totally underpowered now or
Right,
whatever.
like radiation.
He's not
Even
sick
like
or dying.
radiation, yeah.
Right, but at the same time, he's still generally weakened and not at top form, and so that's like kind of a cool thing. And again, like I just love that. Like there are things where like and I remember saying this to Mark Waid. I think when we got to interview him a while back, was just like, it's like he does ideas, and it's like, why hasn't anybody thought of that before? Like that feels like something that should have happened already. Now, the one thing he did do in this story that I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about that one so much, is when Spider-Man like webbed up Superman to go into the fire. I was like, that doesn't feel like that makes sense to me. And then it looked weird too, because it's like I would think like, okay, if you're gonna protect him with webbing to go into fire, then you cover him all the way up. But he's like not covered all the way up. It's like you can still see Superman. He just has some webs over him, and I'm like, what? Like, did DC were they just like, we can't cover him all the way up? Like maybe maybe they're like, no, we don't want Superman covered all the way up with Spider-Man webs, and I'm just like, well, that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't know. It was a weird moment in what's otherwise a pretty amazing
like
story.
Even though if it would look like, I get what you're saying. I actually agree with you. But if I were to see him webbed up like a mummy going in, that'd be like, it would just look weird to me. Like,
yeah, no, it would look the whole idea is like when I was reading it, because what happens in that story or in that moment in the story is basically Spider-Man telling Supes like, hey, you're weakened and you're going to go in there into this burning building, like it could fall on you and you can actually burn because you're weak, in a weakened state. And Superman's like, hey, I'm going in there anyway, so but and he's like, yeah, no, I get it. He's like, but maybe you can give me an assist. And he's like, and he had just mentioned how he has like spider sense, so he'll know when that's happening. I thought they were just going to go in together. Instead, he webbed them up, and I'm like, oh, like I don't understand how that. Like I don't even know that Spider-Man's webbing is flame retardant.
I always thought it was flammable because I always think of silly string when I think of it.
Yeah,
like,
it's like chemicals, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
and it's compressed. It's compressed in when you compress air, it becomes volatile. Anything you compress becomes volatile. Just from knowing chemistry. So it's like even it might not be flammable once the air touches it and it bonds with those molecules, but I'm not gonna risk it. If I'm Earth's only savior,
right?
Yeah, it's like I'd rather just go in naked. Like, if I die, I die. Like I'm not gonna
If he dies, he dies.
It's like wearing if you wear cotton and it catches fire, it'll burn. But if you wear something, it'll melt to your skin. Something synthetic. So it's like either one's gonna suck. But which one would you rather have? Like something melting and bonding to your skin, or something just burning off.
So related but unrelated. There was a fire near my work today. We don't know what happened, who happened, or what, but we have an assumption. It was at Marshall's, which is next to a Burlington coat factory. We thought it was Burlington, but it came out of Marshall's. And the working theory among the workers and the security guard is that somebody left Gorilla Glue next to some clothes that are cotton. Because apparently, the security guard had a mishap where she tried to Gorilla Glue something onto cotton, and it made a fire. Straight up, made a fire.
So Gorilla Glue touching the cotton by itself made the fire?
Yeah, something happened, mixing them together made a fire.
I didn't know that was a
something in
thing.
the chemical. I mean, look, that's how science works. Somebody was curious. Ask a question, and, bye-bye Marshalls.
Yeah.
But that's I mean, that Gorilla Glue is extremely volatile. Like I don't use it at all, no matter what I need to glue. Because a lot of it doesn't work the same. Some of it expands. It's like if you want something flush and seamless, you don't use Gorilla Glue. Now, if you want it to stay and you don't care how it looks, then you can. But it's not even sandable. When you sand it, it can catch fire too. It
Yeah.
creates too much friction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's
yeah, man. So,
Chitari tech.
so the story continues here, and man, this panel that I'm about to show you all, like, I'm just like, dude, again, friggin' Jimenez, dude, like this moment is so good looking. Like, and I'm just like, just the way that Superman looks, he has like with the little kryptonite stuff going on, and then
The
like
toxic,
the right, and then Spider-Man here, and this is a cool moment because they're realizing that at this moment that whatchamacallit, that they're realizing Dr. Octopus isn't working alone, and Superman's like, okay, I know who's doing this now with him, which is Brainiac, and Superman shoots off to go confront Brainiac, and Spider-Man goes to stop the device and go fight Doc Ock, and so which makes perfect sense, and like, okay, cool, but then Mark Waid does the cool thing and actually pulls a switcheroo, and it's Doc Ock that ends up being in the space station with kryptonite friggin'
Infused
tendrils, right? Exactly. Yeah. And then it's Brainiac that ends up being on the ground with the machine. So you have Spider-Man fighting Brainiac and Superman fighting Doc Ock. And I was like, man, like, this is actually, like, whatever you might want or whatever you think you want from a Superman Spider-Man crossover, like, this is it. Like, this is what you want. Like, like, if you thought you want something different, you were wrong. And so I was like, oh, that's very cool. I feel like also the fighting of Spider-Man with Brainiac gives Mark Waid like the amazing opportunity to make what has to be one of the best puns in comic book history, where you have this fool basically Brainiac talking about how agile Spider-Man is, and Spider-Man basically says, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
gotta look. I was just like, dude, it's like, I gotta give Mark Waid props for that the next time I get to see him in person, where I was like, dude, you deserve
I did not get it till you just said it like that.
Oh, dude. It was so
like,
good.
You gotta give props to the letter, because he even like did it in a different font and dashed it like Superman, like Spider-Man's logo, with a dash.
They do break it up so that you can like get your best chance of actually actually getting the joke. But yeah, it does a responsibility, and I was like, dude, that's amazing. I love it. I love it. But yeah, man, it was a really good opening salvo for this book, I think. And I didn't expect any less because of the pedigree behind it. Like, obviously, both those guys, like Mark Waid is currently writing Superman. I don't think is Jimenez on. I'm not sure if Jimenez is on Justice League or if he's actually doing Superman or what.
He's on one of them because I keep seeing his work on Instagram. I follow him.
Mm-hmm.
He's on one of those, but definitely. And then, but like really,
wasn't he doing action?
He was, but I think he jumped over or something to another one. But yeah, like, because I don't know what Jeff Lemire is writing. And then Sean Murphy did the other one. He did the one. I forgot which one he did, but Sean Murphy's good and Christopher Priest. I don't know. I don't know that they're writing anything aside from that Fraction, rather, that on DC currently.
Right, right.
They're all like Sean Murphy, Lemire, uh, and I think Priest might be doing something, but they're Vertigo guys that but they don't have anything. Like, you're one of our DC guys from the cool era. Like, come back, for this,
Mm-hmm.
He's
So-
doing
Yeah.
he's doing Batman right now, the Fraction stuff.
Yeah, Fraction, yeah, but Lemire, I don't. As far as I know, he's
Oh,
not
Jimenez
doing
is doing Batman.
Oh, yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks
I
really
forgot.
good.
Yeah, it does look good. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I forgot that he's over there. So the next story is Lois Lane and Mary Jane, the world's finest. And I'll tell you, when I first saw this story, I was just like, yeah, thank you, but no thank you. And that's like, and I know that it's Tom King and Jim Lee, and so I'm just like, okay, but Tom King and Jim Lee might, bring something to it.
No.
Right.
I mean, it'll look good.
It barely. It doesn't even look like good Jim Lee shit. Like,
It doesn't. It has its moments, but
yeah,
it's really sad to say that it doesn't look like Jim Lee at his best, and I'm like
low
that
key.
sucks.
As much as we talk crap about him, but it's like if Liefeld would have drawn it, I would have enjoyed it better. Yeah.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
You're not
Okay,
caught up
maybe.
with
I don't
Youngblood.
Liefeld's art has improved. Upper
No,
bottom.
but yeah, but it's still not great. But it's like you don't like with him. You kind of expect certain shortcuts and stuff, and with Jim Lee, you expect a little higher. And maybe it's Jim Lee's fault for just showing up so much and then now slacking off. Because it just feels like he's just slacking off. It doesn't feel like he lost his ability to draw.
It's the same philosophy like when you work. If you show your best stuff in the beginning, they're going to expect the best stuff all the time.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's like don't let's put it like this. Like I know, like I'm gonna show you all this first picture, and what I'm saying to you is like this is there's two things I'll say. One, I'll say, Jim Lee is so good that really when we're talking about Jim Lee and what his art ability is like, what we're doing is comparing Jim Lee to Jim Lee.
Right.
Like, we're not really comparing him to like other artists per se.
Right.
But what I will say is with this piece of art right here, when I was reading the book and saw this, I was like, that doesn't strike me as like Jim Lee in his at doing his best work.
Dude,
And this isn't a bad panel. It's just not like if you told me this was somebody other than Jim Lee, I would probably believe it.
they're like Jim Lee's daughter or son.
What is that? His daughter or son?
It just does. It's not really like it's just when I saw that, it's like I felt like, and I said this even before I read the book when I was talking to Ryan, the dude, about my comics at Pulp Fiction, and I'm like, Jim Lee's art was probably because he read it before it came out, because he gets it a day early, and he's like, man, he's like, I go, Jim Lee did a story. He's like, yeah. He goes, and I go, man, that shit's probably just all his portfolio from like 8th grade or something. He just put it to ChatGPT like, hey, can you make all these Spider-Man, Superman stuff connect into this story with this script?
Mm-hmm.
I
threw
think
Gambit in there for
Now this
I
this
don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to say Jim Lee's getting lazy. I think he's just got too much stuff going on.
what? He doesn't listen.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't even. It's not. I don't think it's lazy.
If
and
you
I
look,
don't even think it's.
If you look at all the credits on all these stories, Jim Lee's the only one that has an inker, which means he couldn't do it himself. He couldn't be bothered.
Look,
Wait, Gimli's not the only one that has an inker.
He's the
That's not
only
true, is
one
it?
in this book that has an inker.
But he always works with it. It's
Really?
Scott Williams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like he got shit from his portfolio. Here, piece it together. Have him ink over these sketches. Like whatever he was goofing around with at the airport, like since he was like 13. Like that's what a
Gave
lot
him
of
his
this
old
shit looks
iPad
like.
sketches.
Yeah,
Now I feel like he put more time into this Gambit here.
that's probably the
than-
only thing he actually drew in real time.
And what I will say to you
It was
is
a longer flight.
what I will say is, like, I mean, I kind of feel like Gambit is only in this story because Jim Lee wanted to draw Gambit,
Yeah,
and he doesn't know when he'll get another opportunity to draw Gambit in a comic again. You know, like he knows he probably won't get another opportunity. You know, so
I don't hate it.
no, this is good.
this is a good page. Yeah,
Yeah, this is good, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's interesting because it's just like, but this whole story was just like, it's a weird thing. Like I like
Classic Tom King garbage.
see, and but you're not a fan of Tom King in general.
I think Tom King has interesting ideas. He's just got bad execution.
Really?
In this story, well, he doesn't really understand heroes. Like part of this story, I felt like he was making fun of people that read comics.
I mean, it's definitely doing like a tongue and cheek kind of. Yeah, like I mean, there are some aspects of it that he's like, you know,
he's good at deconstructing characters, but he doesn't know how to put them back together because he doesn't understand the characters.
well, he can't do it in
Exactly.
one issue. You know, you need a 12 series, like 12-issue series.
It also, I don't know. I think I missed the Mary Jane Felicia Harding relationship. I always thought those books were kind of cool.
But
I've never seen that
the-
in a long time though.
this one was really like, you know, I love this book, but this was literally like, man, I would love to. When you tell me Tom King and Jim Lee
Yeah.
are doing a story, like
right?
I'm like fuck, like
That's not what you're looking for.
Jimenez and Wade, like this is like, but I know not to think that way anymore because, well, I didn't
Yeah.
know from Tom King because I'm actually a fan, but with this, I'm like, man, Tom King is like, man, he had to do this in between his other issues or something, you know, like he wrote it like while sitting on the toilet, like, yeah, okay, yeah. Or he's like taking a shower and he's like, oh, okay, that's what I'll do. All right, send a script, you know, 3-4 pages, boom, you know.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
it feels like the phoned in like segment out of this book, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. It was like this story was weird to me, despite the fact that, you know, you got talented people and, you know, or at least talented enough, but I just like, okay, yeah, like it's crazy. I just feel like I shouldn't read a story from Tom King and Jim Lee and kind of be like, I'm not sure we needed this. Like that's a weird feeling to have to me.
It's fine. I don't hate it. I just don't enjoy it.
Got it.
I liked it.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah, but you had heat stroke.
Not completely. Not completely.
No, you read this before then. I know.
No, it was.
You read it outside, so it was happening.
He read it outside.
I should have read it outside.
Yeah. So the next story is the Christopher Priest and Daniel Samprier, the Superboy Prime and Spider-Man joint. And let me tell you, man, like this story starts and I was immediately impressed because I was just like the art. I was like, this art is great. Now,
It looks like fucking watercolor paintings at some point.
Who is the artist on this one?
it's
Sampier?
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
not
the
exactly sure
colorist put in a lot of work though.
I mean,
Even like like the ability to like utilize like Photoshop and
Go,
stuff too, like was impressive. Like almost an art form in and of itself.
go to the
When
next
they're like
page, Lawrence.
overlaying all the comic pages upon each other and stuff. Like
Alejandro Sanchez is the colorist.
Go to the next page because that's actually like a better example.
Is it? Well, I don't know if I have the next page. Is it this page?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but like the art is phenomenal. And it was crazy that opening just because you have Peter Parker coming in, taking off his clothes or whatever, to because he's like coming in to relax from being Spider-Man, and then you see friggin' Superboy there, and he doesn't have any clothes on. It's like, what is about to happen?
Yeah. What is about to happen?
What is about to happen? Like, what is going on here? What kind of book
Okay,
is this?
priest. Show me what you got.
they don't call him priest for nothing.
But yeah, this joint Pages actually turns out to be a really interesting story, and going back to like what you were saying, Mo, where referencing how like the Superboy Prime here breaks the fourth wall, um, like in right, like it was funny because he references like an actual issue number,
Yeah.
which is pretty funny.
Well, fuck,
Um,
like they even give you the little, jumping Tom
that,
DeFalco, like little asterisk thing. So
you're
you have to
right,
go and read like old Spider-Man issue, annual,
hmm
like was it Amazing
right,
Spider-Man Annual 29 or some shit like that? Yeah.
right,
I
and I
look.
do.
Everybody is excited when She-Hulk runs between panels. He's running between books.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like there are like some pretty amazing visuals here. Uh, this is one of them. Like him basically breaking the fourth wall, punching, and then Then he goes into the library,
Yeah.
and you can see the books or whatnot. Which I mean, yeah, it's pretty amazing. Um, like just the idea of Spider-Man swinging in this like realm or whatever, and Superboy basically telling him like, hey, like you got to be careful. You can't just put web up wherever you want.
Hmm.
But then we also get this panel here with the High Evolutionary, and I was just like, man, like the story alone, as far as like this story was good enough that it could have had bad art, but the fact that it has like art that like feels like it's actually meeting the occasion of the story, like rising to the occasion of what the story's trying to convey, is like, man, it's hard to be like to ask for much more,
I
right?
Yeah.
I need to know if those floating books did
hmm
Homeboy like sit there and redraw those panels, or is that photoshopped in?
No, that it
I
has to be
need to know.
digital.
Yeah.
It
And when
it
that's what
has
I'm
to be
saying,
digitally
like,
recreated.
because that's what I was saying, where they use the reference books and stuff, and the ability to do that in a comic book in a storytelling format and have it look the way it does, like that's Photoshop. That's it takes not just an artist, but like a Photoshop artist. Like it brings artistry to the technique that is the ability to manipulate Photoshop.
Yeah, and I just feel like this story actually really captures these particular characters really well, and it does end on a cliffhanger, but I found the cliffhanger really satisfying.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, oh my god, like this is great. Like it felt like it's 100% like people like running towards the danger, and it's like you just have to use your imagination to decide whether they make it out of this situation or not, and it was like masterfully done, man.
So you don't get a
And
resolution in the other book.
in the Marvel the Marvel DC
Yeah, they're
Spider-Man
flying into
Superman,
the Marvel universe, right?
no, No, you
That
don't.
sucks.
Well, see, this is why I say like if we was just called, Multiverse's Finest, we could just have a monthly, like a heavy metal magazine, a little anthology magazine done by both. They both profit from it, and you get to have fun with these characters. Give somebody, like a 3-issue arc, and then cycle into like get other artists, pay them to like the artist pairings and writer pairings that you probably never thought see together, or even like kind of how they used to do the Batman Black and White, where it's like, oh man, we're gonna get you'll get Eduardo Rizzo and Brian Azzarello, like they have 100 bullets, but we'll get them to do a Batman little backup, like. So Gary pairing teams like that, like R.I.P. Quiet. Was it Frank Quietly? Is he
Do they?
No, or
Do they
the other
still
one,
do like the artist exclusive, like where like Jimenez is on the Batman books? So that means he can't do a Marvel book. Do they still do that?
They
They
do
do.
kind, but they're not as strict as they used to be. But this would be a joint venture, so it's
Right,
technically
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like those artists that like if you're on DC and you can't do a Marvel book, but you have something like this monthly, you have a shot to do
Right.
like Jim Lee wanted to do Gambit.
right.
Right.
And you can do like especially with the people that you have already, like you get your like Bendis and Oming doing a story, a little
Powers?
short story, No,
Oh.
but even like I don't think they do Powers because that's independent. But like doing in that style of Powers, doing their like just that team coming back together,
Right.
or like the dude
right.
from Mouse Guard,
Right.
or
right.
Stan Sakai, like
Mhm.
and really just bringing in talent to do like work for hire stuff and
Mhm.
together. And then because what I tell you about this Superboy Prime is that reading this story, like I called the shop and put Superboy Prime's book on my pull list. I want to
Mhm.
I'm gonna give that a chance for the next 3 months or whatever. Like I want to read like this character in this book intrigued me more than he has in the past, and
Right.
now I want to read it.
Right. Right.
So, and that would be a good way to like promote and make some money. And yeah, the excitement will wear off, like, but in the end, it's like you're still gonna have cool stories. Like you might even create a character that'll be in the movies, or break the wall that brings the movie universe, and then we'll have what they're doing on movies we'll have on Disney Plus and HBO Max together. Like one that chapter here, kind of like the.
And-
Like
and
when Law
listen,
and
what-
Order and LA Law like had the crossover or something, like.
Right. Listen, what you're saying makes perfect sense from the fan perspective. The problem is corporations are greedy, and they're like
Yeah.
they don't want to share revenue. That's all it is. Like it's like they're like, why would I don't want to share that money, even though it's going to be more money, or it'll be money that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. They're like, no, like we don't want to share it
I
with the
mean,
competition.
if they made money on these books, I don't like. Obviously, they made money on the Deadpool Batman stuff that they
Right.
then did this. Like, why not just keep it going?
Well,
Keep the money train going until it crashes.
Well, and
Until
that's
it
the thing. It's like
crashes.
maybe like do it like like the McRib, like bring it in the fall. Or bring
I
it in.
literally just thought McRib when you started
Yeah.
talking.
But,
Yeah, no, I'm not mad
but
at that.
but that's the thing. Like let's say like around right before Easter, whatever, you have 2 months where you get this full complete little stories, and then Multiverses Finance, and then next year you can start teasing whatever you're gonna do, like nurture your team. So it's like, oh man, the team on this book you haven't read is doing this, like
Right,
like that,
right.
like getting the team from Absolute Wonder Woman like to do one of these stories would have been cool. I think they might have done one of the Batman ones or something, but like that's a good, like I like that team. I like the writing and I like the art
Yeah.
in it, like and how they blend together. But if they're doing either a story with that Wonder Woman teaming up instead of the regular one, or even if they just do something else together, kind of like how you would do like a Azzarello and Rizzo, like they kind of go together a little bit. So it's like doing. You're gonna be excited to see that,
Right. Right.
And I think that would
So-
be either a good way to promote or a good way to, and drum up, you don't have to do a crossover that seems like it's a crisis, like you can do something just fun and it's like, oh yeah, like let me
Right.
get back into the comic shop again,
Right. Right. So the next story is Superboy and Spider-Man 2099 by Sean Murphy, and it's written and drawn by Sean Murphy.
Yeah, as it should be.
Um,
That's the team. One of the where I got the idea to do the team thing, because all his Vertigo books were drawn and written by him, so he's his own solo guy. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, so this book, um, it's interesting because I feel like I probably would have liked this particular story more if it didn't come right after the story we just talked about. because and it's a decent story. It's just that it feels in some ways like it was kind of doing it, like it felt like some of like it felt like the idea for both of those stories was like the germ of the idea was the same, and you sent two people off to go execute it, and that the one we just talked about was executed so well that it just makes this one feel lesser. Like I feel like if I had read it, like even if this joint was like say the story that was immediately after the Mark Waid story, I probably would have liked it more than reading it directly after this the priest and Sam Pierce story. And
How about
and,
if you just read it as a backup in a regular comic?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I still like I probably would have enjoyed it just fine. It's just it's not like it's bad.
Yeah.
It's just not as good as what I had literally just read.
Yeah.
And that's the messed up part where I'm like, oh, like that's kind of like I feel like it kind of and it felt like it was like similar enough of a story that it's just like, oh, I think I should just read the last one again. Even though it does have a little bit of a twist that I probably should have expected, but wasn't expecting with the appearance of Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
I was
almost
reading.
feel it should have just been the Batman Beyond 2099. Like that's like an obvious team up in the sense, thematically.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's Superman, Spider-Man, so
Yeah, totally. But yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I
But
get,
no, you're right.
I'm not mad at how it happened, but again, like after reading the previous one, it's like that one should have just been like, because the Punisher is Superman and Spider-Man, but we got Punisher and Power Girl, like
Right,
so
right.
It's like I guess they're not that strict about it.
It's interesting because I know for me, because I was thinking about that too, and I'm kind of thinking like it's more of a like homage to the fact that the characters spun out of the books.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's where that comes from, where it's like these are characters that like high profile
Right.
characters that didn't exist before, didn't exist before they appeared in Superman comics or Spider-Man comics.
So we should have had a creeper, not a creeper. What is it? A Speedball and Toyman book. Too.
There it is, right?
I'm speaking for
But-
Jay because he.
Yeah. But the fact is, it's like even like to the point where this book even ends with a cliffhanger as well, but it wasn't as satisfying. And I was like, oh, because I like Sean Murphy, so I'm like, I wanted to like it more, but I liked it enough. I think, hopefully. What'd you all think?
It felt like too much.
It
Once-
felt like too
Once
much.
Batman Beyond shows up, it feels like somebody needs to go.
Yeah.
It's too many. And
Reduce the crowd.
I actually I like Batman Beyond being in this book, so I start to feel like, well, then Superman needs to go. But it's a Superman Spider-Man team up,
Right.
so like that's I think that's the issue with this book.
Yeah.
He should have done the
With this chapter of the book.
this chapter with this story. I think he should have done this because I don't remember Superboy being in the Batman Beyond times. They should have put him in the Legion of Superheroes time.
I
but
think
yeah, but
that's
oh,
technically
go ahead.
where he's from.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That's Superboy from the
Yeah,
they're
well,
all
movie.
that's where
time
that's from,
displaced.
but that's not where he is at this point.
Right,
He's
because
in.
it's kind of like Legion Lost, where they get thrown, they're
I don't
exiled
think they
from
get
time.
thrown. I think
Yeah.
they try. They're specifically going back to try
I
to
think
prevent what's happening in their future timelines, like
I
trying to
thought in
stop.
Legion Lost they were stuck in the
Yeah,
present
well, they got stuck because of New Fifty
because the
Two.
future disappeared, right,
Right,
or something like that.
because New
As,
Fifty
as
Two,
happens
like
from
they
time
were
to
in the
time.
middle of traveling. Man, that's why I love the Star Trek one too, because it's like it happens in continuity with that when they're lost from from because of the New 52. That was so good.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
But no, real quick, just to answer, like I did enjoy this story, but
Hmm.
it was one of those. It wasn't a clunker like the other one, but it definitely like I was like, okay, this was fun to see. You know, it's not like
Right.
I want to see more of this. You know,
Right.
or you
Right.
know, it's just again, maybe if it was a story that had its a little more of a finite ending, it probably would have just been better. It's like, okay, this was fun to see Sean Murphy do this, because that's like even he does. One of his specialties is like drawing vehicles and architecture. Like he's really good at that. Like he's almost like a architectural artist, and he has
Hmm.
fun with it. And so if you like, he's really good at drawing stuff that is kind of near future, post-apocalyptic looking. You know, and I think that like something like a Batman Beyond and Spider-Man 2099 would be really cool for him. Like just thinking up with the cars that we flying around or whatever. And those two realities kind of lend it to each other a little bit. They have something to do. So if it was that, but yeah, I think the where you think of like having Superman in there, it didn't really do a full like its job as like as part of the anthology as much.
Yeah. Yeah. Now the next story is uh friggin' Matt Fraction and Steve Lieber. And I know when I saw this initially, I was like, why are we teaming up Jimmy Olsen and Carnage?
Yeah.
But
Carney.
but when I got to the story, I immediately was like, you know what? This is gonna be amazing because just the fact that the joint is called Jimmy Carnage, come on, man.
Yeah,
Jimmy
but
Carnage as a title of a story is
this is
amazing.
this isn't a team up. Jimmy's just a victim.
No, and this is true. It turns out it's not a team up because
It's like a
yeah.
horror
But
comic.
listen, but this book, man, like Matt Fraction, like I was just like this is another one of the stories where like throughout the entire book, Fraction is like kind of just like he's just playing with the characters in the time period because it's like this kind of almost is like has like a 70s ish kind of vibe to it, like 70s era kind of vibe to it, but he's just playing with like the versions of the characters, like he knows like, okay, like this, there's no stakes in this story as far as like I don't have to worry about continuity. That's what I should say. I should say there's no stakes in the story. I should say he doesn't have to worry about continuity. He doesn't have to worry about it being like the most current version of Spider-Man or J. Jonah Jameson or Jimmy Olsen or Carnage for that matter. And he just has a good time. Like he's playing with the idea that Peter Parker dates multiple women because he has like Felicia Hardy and friggin' Mary Jane. Like when they walk out of the meeting, Jimmy basically gets hired to the Daily Planet, and so he's like dealing with Jameson for the first time, and he's just like, "This is crazy," whatever. But even like the version of Peter Parker is all super lackadaisical. Like in this panel, he tells him, he gives Jimmy advice, and he basically tells this fool like, "Hey, the city's a grid. You'll be fine. Just don't go down any dark alleys." And he's like, "Listen," and he's like, don't say Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man with a hyphen. He's like Spider hyphen man. He's like, don't say it without the hyphen. They'll know you're an out of towner. You know,
How do you say it with a hyphen though?
Spider-Man.
as opposed to Spider-Man.
It's not Spider-Man.
Look,
It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
You should, like, people should take note. Like, this is the difference between Matt Fraction, a good writer, and Tom King, a shitty writer. Because Matt Fraction is joking, is just fucking around in this book, and it's still a fun read.
A compelling story still.
Is the old man next to Jimmy and Peter supposed to be Stan Lee?
Listen, I was sitting here wondering exactly that same thing. Like, it can't be Stan Lee because I'm like, this dude is dead, right?
Well, but that's the you know,
No.
that's his
still Stan Lee.
his cameo. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, that can't be what Matt Fraction's doing because that seems wrong on so many levels. And I was like, who is that guy? Because it does look like at a glance, I was like, because there was a part of me that thought the same thing. I was like, that's not Stan Lee, right? But I'm like, no, that guy's dead on the couch or whatever. And then at the end of the story, the guy's still there. And I'm just like in the same position, and I'm like, dude, like who, like what's the joke there? Because it can't be Stan Lee. I know that Matt Fraction's not.
The joke
doing
is
that.
he's still doing a cameo. Dead.
Yeah, even though he's dead and not AI, it's actually drawn.
It's very Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Right, 100%. But I'm like, dude, no.
I'm in. I love that.
This story,
And I even love that like bottom part of the page where it's like that kind of reminds me of like Amazing Fantasy 15 when they're like giving Peter the brush off, like whatchamacallit, like Flash Thompson going off with the girls, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I only wish, like, I love the art in it and everything, but I wish it was fucking Mike Allred doing it.
Why do you wish it was Mike Allred?
I just feels like that would be one of the like he'd be the guy to draw this.
Yeah, no, like it would not, like it would still fit the tone if it was Allred.
Yeah.
No question on that. No question.
Like I love how it looks already, but it's like, man, like I wish it was Allred. Like it gives me Allred vibes, but it just makes me want to wish it was. Not that I don't, I don't want this dude to not get paid or nothing, But it's like I want to see. Maybe I'll pay him to do my white cover. Just redo this page.
So Jimmy, like basically, J. Jonah Jameson's like, go get pictures of Spider-Man or you're fired. Jimmy takes it so serious because he's like, oh my god, and he doesn't know the city. He goes to try to find Spider-Man. He ends up accidentally finding Carnage, and basically gets murdered. And the paper is like, they blame Spider-Man for Jimmy Olsen's murder, and how amazing Jimmy Olsen, extols how amazing Jimmy Olsen is or was as a person, and blame Spider-Man for this misfortune. And yeah, it's wild. It's a really fun story though.
This is my favorite story in the whole comic.
Dude, the bit with the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I tell you, he's fucking around, but it's better than the other one.
Well, and that's the thing. It's the style of writing, because like the Jeff Lemire, the Matt Fraction, they're like from a specific generation of writers, and like there's the reason why like if you read a book like Casanova, that's one of Matt Fraction's like creator-owned stuff from before, and it's really like if you like this, you're gonna love that, because it's like this type of take on a character like. It's kind of like a 007, but more like that old Nick Fury, but with more psychedelic and interdimensional. Like it's like if you mix James Bond with like Rick and Morty, but it was done before Rick and Morty existed.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's good stuff. So the next book, I'm sorry, the next story is the one that Moses referenced earlier with Jeff Lemire and Rafa Sandoval, and that's Jonathan Kent and Ben Parker. And I know for me, when I saw that initially, like, because I'm just talking about like in the credits at this point.
You
I
should
was just like,
take down.
say what?
Take down Jimmy Con Carnage.
Oh yeah, got you. There it is. We boom.
You're like, Larry, you got the listeners producing, man. What the fuck you doing? I
But
blame the other show.
you're dumb. Look, there it is. You're Jamesoning. But
Better update the firmware on your watch.
but it's interesting because I know when I first saw that, it's like, okay, Jonathan Kent and Uncle Ben Parker. I'm like, dude, who wants that? Like, who, right? Right. But it turned out after I read the story, that's exactly how I felt. I was like, I wanted this. I didn't know that I wanted that, but I did want this. I was literally like sitting here like, I don't know, like that feels like those two people together feel like those characters for those people feel like it could be a waste of talent. And reading the story, I was like, no, this is exactly the people that needed to make this particular story. And it is cool because it is basically like Spider-Man and Superman having a conversation about the people that were the most influential in their lives, and how it is that those people affected who they are and how they do things, how they operate in the world.
Yeah.
But it is literally just like Uncle Ben getting stuck on the road and getting taken in by the Kents, while the storm passes, and
Well, he
and
was
they
cheating
do.
on Aunt May.
Wait, what?
He was cheating on Aunt May. Like, I mean, what the hell is he like? What else is he doing all the way in Kansas? Like, yeah, he's getting some
It could be
strength.
work.
No, he never worked at that. Like, he worked from home. He was a cabinet maker.
They do. They do save some kids.
Kidnap some kids.
Say what now?
Kidnap some kids.
Why are they kidnapping them?
Yeah. Wow. Look, not
they're
once
black.
did they ask, "Hey, where are your parents?" They'll take
Listen,
them to
we're
a
gonna-
police station or anything. You takes them home.
They were working for Epstein. He was off on business from New York in Kansas. Yeah, you're right, Larry.
He
He
gives them
was there on
some Cosby
business.
coffee.
Dang.
That's crazy. That was your takeaway. They stole these kids.
I didn't think about it till he said it. He's like, man, yeah.
He's like, I saved your lives. You belong to me now. That's like rough. So, but yeah, man.
And look,
But-
he owns a farm. You need farm hands. He ain't got no kids.
They tell a touching story, and then
Yeah, bet
and
they-
then and then they end it with just for Mo. They end it with a whatchamacallit, with a another one of those panels for Mo, where
Not
you
that
can,
one. Yeah.
Yeah, look, where not that one. That's funny, but just a cool Superman, Spider-Man kind of pin-up moment. So
Yeah.
Actually, looks like one of the covers too.
Yeah, and that's the thing, in one of the earlier, or I think it was the Mark Waid story where he webs the foot because he can't keep up a little.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a little panel, but it was just such a cool little story element. Like,
Yeah, right. He's like, I gotta follow you, so let me, like web your foot while I'm changing, so I can
Yeah.
be along for the ride.
yeah, otherwise
So-
he's gonna take off too fast. But yeah,
So-
dude, I
but
love
yeah,
those pictures of them like that together. Like, it really like, dude, like I'm an angry person. I hate the world. I hate the reality we live in. Sometimes I feel like I woke up here and I'm not from here. But reading this and seeing those panels like that, I'm like, fuck, okay. This is how
Yeah.
this is like opium for the masses, but for me. It's like when people
So-
believe in God and shit, this is what they feel. Because I don't believe
Golly.
in that, so I don't have that feeling of like something greater than me. And when I see this picture or these panels that they did like that, it's like it embodies their idealism, how they kind of taught me for my own morality.
That is your god.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are my gods. Yeah.
So the next panel, the next uh,
You don't know what to say after
story.
that. Little salute.
Yeah, yeah. Like, the next story
Yeah, I was
is
left. He's like, I can't take this black one.
Daily
He's like,
Planet.
Jay was right. He should. I should have stayed home.
Daily Planet and the Daily Bugle. And so I know that I found that interesting just off the jump, where I was like, oh, what's that going to be? Is it going to be like a newsroom, like kind of like versus type deal or whatever? But it actually ends up being J. Jonah Jameson and Lois Lane on like a crossfire type talk show where
Hosted by the
they're
Creeper.
Oh, is that the Creeper?
Yeah, Jack Ryder. Like that. He was
Oh,
a
okay.
journalist, but he was like he was like a current affair journalist type.
Yeah,
You know, if
yeah.
you know, for all of you old people in the audience, you know.
Yeah.
So he was
Right.
like one of those like tabloid journalists, and
I think I'm the only old person listening to this, man.
you're also the only person listening. But yeah, like so I'm like, oh hell yeah, Jack Ryder, like this is a creeper story, and it just they used him as that character before he got into the
Becomes a
acme
creeper.
chemical. Yeah. So I know
Yeah.
Creeper's one of my favorite characters. So I was just happy the Creeper was in it.
Right. But it's Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott. I'm sorry. Um,
Nicola.
is it Nicola?
Yeah.
Okay, Nicola
It's
Scott.
technically Nicola, but you know.
Nicola.
Okay.
But you
Yeah.
got to be very careful how you say it.
Yeah.
It's like the hyphen in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There it is.
And if you're like in the Alps, you're like Nicola.
That's another old reference right there. I'm not mad at that.
That was a long setup
Yeah.
for that.
Don't get me started on the nickname for Nicaraguans.
Oh, jeez. Listen, we're not gonna get you started on that.
You're not in the Daily
So-
Bugle, all right?
Yeah, but so yeah, you have J. Jonah Jameson and you have Lois
Lois Lane.
Lane basically kind of facing off and talking about
Moderated by Jack Ryder.
right, but basically talking about the like whether they have bias, which is the name of the story, in their papers. And it comes, of course, Spider-Man comes up because they're like, well, you have bias against this guy, even though he's clearly done a lot of heroic things. And like I honestly I feel like Greg Rucka does a good job of like trying to verbalize what Jameson's problem with Spider-Man actually is. Whereas like, he's not actually anti-hero, he's more about accountability, and he's like, if you're gonna be a person that's gonna come and operate like outside of the law, you at least need to let people know who you are and be held accountable for those actions if things go wrong. And he's like, this dude wears a mask. He's not giving people that opportunity. And of course, Lois Lane defends that point by just saying, hey, there's good reasons why it is that people might protect their identity. And it's just like an argument about like mask versus no mask, basically.
It's literally like it's a shop talk with a discussion of ethics.
Right.
Within
Right.
their own their own professions and industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to hear that on NPR. Without Jack Ryder, as much as I love Jack Ryder, he don't have a place in NPR.
It's the Registration Act conversation.
Kinda, but it's different in the sense because it's not about powers, it's about what you do. So it's like somebody like the Punisher, or has to be registered too, even though he's just a private citizen with no powers.
But the funny thing is, it's not like that's the thing. Like J. Jonah Jameson may not condone what the Punisher does.
Right, but he's cool
But-
with it.
Yeah, but he's like, but hey, But this guy, like, we know it's Frank Castle.
Right.
And that
There's
guy's
warrants
taking
for-
accountability for what he's doing, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's like we know that guy as opposed to, like, we don't know who Spider-Man is.
It's a
and that by itself
philosophical-
makes him a menace.
Well,
Yeah.
in the book,
It's
he
a-
uses the example of the Fantastic Four because we know who they are
Right.
too, and they're a
Yeah.
family.
Well, Fantastic Four, Superman, or not Superman, but because he's just not wearing a mask, but they don't know
Well-
who he is for it. But like they
Well-
just know that they don't know that he's Clark Kent. That's the mask, you know. But they use Captain America too, where he's like a registered soldier, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
Like he wears a mask,
Right.
but we know who he is.
right.
Exactly. And so it's interesting, like, you know, like I personally liked it just because I was like, oh, it does, like, this is a great showcase of both of those characters. And, you know, of course you have like little cameos from Superman and Spider-Man in that one as well. But, you know, it's just a fun way to put some ideas together, and it's short enough and sweet enough that you're in, you're out, you're done. You know?
But it's like it's what I love comics for, where they're like interpret, because it's that conversation could be applied to actual like media and the well of information that we have now, like ethically.
100%.
So it's a way of simplifying that without even trying to be preachy. Just
Right.
like this is why this story actually kind of is, because it's kind of what we live in day to day too, you know. And it gives you two points through the characters, and it's like it changes the way that I think now when I think of that media or the well of information moving after. And I've always said, like, comics always tell you they're a reflection of the world we live in one way or another. You could either see it or just see, you know, power fantasies, but
Right.
they're actually like morality infused fables, you know.
Indeed. So yeah, that was a cool one. And then the last story is the Power Girl and the Punisher, by Gail Simone and Belen Ortega. And so yeah, like, dude, this story is really interesting because not only like, and I think you said this. Well, actually, I don't know. One of you mentioned earlier where you're like, I think it was you, Hecht, saying like I wasn't quite certain about that team up. Like, you know, like that feels like it doesn't seem like the kind of thing that would normally be happening, but
But it works.
inside of this story, right? It like the circumstances, like it works really well. Up to even to the point where you have Gail Simone with the not so subtle Paul commentary. You know, what's I don't even remember Paul's last name, but Paul, which, you know, character that a lot of Spider-Man fans have not been a fan of because of the whole thing with him basically being with Mary Jane instead of Peter for a while, and Cash, like, they just didn't like his character at all.
Oh, so
And
this is a character. It's not like a random dude.
No, that's the guy that was
No.
dating Mary Jane.
After Peter.
Yeah.
And like literally like and yeah, and like they had kids and all types of stuff, and like I don't even know, like I can't even tell you the whole story because I wasn't reading
He's part of
Spider-Man.
the reason they had to give her like powers, because she hated. This is a joke.
Oh,
She just didn't want to
Man.
live with him, so she's like, I need powers so I could go save people. Instead
Yeah,
of putting
I mean-
herself in danger.
yeah, they're not in I mean, I don't think they're together anymore if I'm not mistaken,
I
but
thought he died. I thought he got shot.
I don't even know.
Probably by the
but-
Punisher.
I don't know, but yeah, and that's why she makes the reference at a particular point where she says, you know, it turns out he has a thing for redheads, and that's why she says that. So, yeah, but yeah, and part also too why he's like, I don't know why, you know, it's like he's like, you know, I make a terrible first impression, and everybody hates me when they first meet me, but I'm a nice guy, like, you know, it's like. That's all like meta commentary on the fact that the fans like really dislike that character in
He
general.
can't
nice
web
guy.
sling, like.
Yeah. So, Um, but yeah, like this story actually ended up being pretty cool, and it was just like, like and it was pretty funny. Like again, like I mean, Gail Simone was doing her thing with this book with the dialogue here, um, just like being like just snarky enough, and like handling Punisher like in a way where it's like okay, he's still Punisher, he's still Frank Castle doing what Frank Castle does, but he's having a lighter moment, and it's done really well because I feel like somebody else could have totally made it feel like it wasn't Frank Castle, just but it feels like it is actually the Punisher in this story.
Having him have a lighter moment feels almost like uncharacteristic, and if somebody just did it like plainly, it probably wouldn't have worked in the sense where we're like, that's not Punisher, like
Right.
have you ever read a Punisher, especially with a female writer? Like, have you ever read Punisher? Like yeah, they do it to dudes too, but I know Gail Simone gets a lot of heat, especially
Yeah.
from Oz. So
Especially from us.
yeah. So it's like even like him like trying to smirk or smile, like she even writes in there. It's like you do that awkwardly. He's like, yeah, I'm not used to doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the whole thing where she says like, hey, like I get it or whatever, like, but I feel like how you feel, but I don't go around with putting a skull on my chest and, or whatnot. And he basically says, oh, that'd be a crime. Like, that's hilarious. Or like, dude, like, we don't want to do anything to cover up that boob window.
It reminds me of when Mick Foley gave Deborah McMichaels a sweater. And he's like, you might want. It's cold out here. I think they're like in Cleveland or something during the snowstorm. Like, it's cold out here. You don't want to get a chest coat. He goes, with you, it could be deadly.
It's too funny, man. So yeah, so that's the final story. All in all,
It also ends on an amazing cliffhanger that I want to see the part 2.
that's you are wild for that one, Oz.
And this is one of the ones where
I
it's
bet
like,
you do, you pervert. No.
this is the closer of the book, So
You're
it's
right.
like, it's not technically. It's because I equate this particular anthology kind of like almost like a concert, like who's the opening act, and the headliner comes first in comics, not in the back, So, but this one is like when you think of like a good writer that you already know is good, and then artist like Belen Ortega is like actually one of my favorite artists right now.
Oh, really?
Oh shit, my camera died. I don't know if you
Oh
can still
no.
hear me, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we can hear you, but you're
so
yeah. But you're doing test pattern.
I'll fix this in a little bit, but yeah, just let me get this out. But yeah, so she's really good. I follow her on Instagram, and she like I see her a lot of the process. This stuff she hasn't really showed, but I was like, this is a really good like. Her art here is not super dynamic. It's not an action story, but in the facial expressions, there's a lot of opportunities to just copy and paste to speed up time, and it doesn't look like she does that in any panel. Like she draws them all out, and it looks like it's almost done in like colored pencil, and I'm pretty sure it's not, but. And that's like she's really good, and she's you're gonna look. She might get an Eisner this year. I'm predicting it already.
Oh, wow.
Interesting that
Okay.
Power Girl is like glowing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Like I like the way she did Power Girl. It's just
Yeah.
like both in and out of the costume, she's like glowing.
It's like an artistic choice, but like to contrast Frank's drabness.
darkness,
you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. So, I'm thinking. Oh, there you go. Moses has returned.
I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Let's go ahead and rate this book. Hecht, what would you rate Superman / Superman cross I don't know how. What is it? Is it just Superman? I guess it's probably
It's
just
just
Superman,
Superman,
Spider Man
Batman,
one.
Superman, and Spider Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Superman, Spider Man number one.
There isn't a whole lot I don't like from this book.
Hmm.
I'll give it a 5.
There you go. There it is. Oscore, what would you rate Superman, Spider Man number one?
Yeah, I guess 5. I mean, there's some stuff that I don't like, but the
Hmm.
overall book, like even the stories I don't like, the art is still decent, although not his best, but still
Hmm.
good.
Right.
Yeah, 5. People should pick it up.
There you go.
They should make another
Most.
one, but from the Marvel side.
You're so silly. Moses Magnum, what would you rate Superman, Spider Man number one?
There's very little I don't like. I know we were harsh on the Jim Lee, Tom King one, but like this is still better than some comics I've read. So it's just a clunker here, you know. And
Right.
again, it's like I equate it to like watching bands play open bunch. You got a building with 6 good bands. You know, like they're here to bring it, so they're gonna compete against each other. But the whole concert experience was great, and this is how it is here. Like whatever the shortcomings were here, this is still like a fucking 7 out of 5 book for me. Like this is like I was reading it and I'm like, man, this is probably one of my most gratifying experiences reading a comic in my entire life, you know.
There you go.
And
There you
so
go.
I love this fucking book. I can't wait for the Marvel one. Like, and this is DC doing it. I like usually I'm like, okay, I'll wait for even with the Batman Deadpool, the Marvel one was a little better,
Hmm.
than the DC. Even though I like those too, but so I'm like, man, if this is how good the DC one is, like, I can't imagine how the Marvel one's gonna be, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
look, unfortunately, I don't know. I mean, I'm waiting for
Right.
Larry to tell me. Yeah.
We'll never know.
You'll never know. Superman, Spider Man number one. I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. Great read overall, and yeah, man, it's just like it was a great way to commemorate the initial teaming up of those two characters, and I felt like it represented those characters really well. So, good stuff overall. So
Did,
I'm
the comic,
thinking
did the comic feel like retro when you were reading it? Like 80s, 90s kind of?
at some points definitely, and at other points not as much. Like I will say this, I don't think any of it felt like modern comics, which is and that might be why it's so good. Like it didn't like neither one I haven't read a whole bunch of Superman like say this year, but I read Superman last year. Um, and I've read some Spider-Man this year too, and I don't feel like like neither one of those books are like knocking me over the head in regards to how good they are. And these like this book, even though I will say, I guess I should say I'm not reading Mark Waid's Superman. I probably need to be reading that. But um, if like the way that the characters are portrayed in this book, like it makes me want to be reading both of these characters. It's just I know for a fact that I'm not gonna get the same feeling when I go read Spider Man right now.
What I can tell about my experience reading the book, especially how much I liked it, is that it didn't feel like when you said it feels like 80s, like it didn't feel dated to me, but it
Yeah,
didn't feel modern either. It
yeah,
felt almost timeless. Like this
yeah,
is
definitely.
like what you remember for the rest of your life, in a sense, And like this, moments that you like in here are almost like you want them to be canon. Like like I like a universe where Punisher got to bang Power Girl. Like he got
Right, right.
some sort of like happiness for like 30 seconds, because I assume he can only last 30 seconds in there, but and even like that's what I love about Belen Ortega's too, where it's like she draws her sexy without having to do it egregiously or
Right, right.
superfluously. I've been reading the,
Yeah,
the dictionary lyric. You know,
good.
Dictionary Larry. That's your new nickname. That's your hip hop name.
Dictionary Larry.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like she still looked, sensual, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like unnecessary. Like the way like exaggerated, like how comics tend to do. And so yeah, this is where like this book kind of feels like what this book kind of feels like for me, where it's like it feels almost like a moment in time, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of and they're not canon, so it's like, but it feels like it could be, and for me it can, and for you it doesn't have to be, and you can still enjoy both properties the same way.
Yep. So I'm thinking we'll cover the Marvel one next week,
Are you sure?
and so that. Oh yeah, absolutely. And then
Oh,
that
it's
way,
also almost 9
Yeah,
hours.
so I can read it.
yeah, yeah, and everybody can,
Yeah,
can
because Heck
chime
didn't
in after
read it. It's
reading.
your fault, Heck.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, me neither. It's like only Larry read it.
Yeah, yeah. So let's do final thoughts, and we'll get out of here. El Hecht, give me some final thoughts, buddy.
Y'all need to be reading comics and shopping at Home Depot.
Home Depot. There it is. Oscor, give me some final thoughts.
Another book I picked up that I wasn't expecting to.
I hate
Oh,
team
yeah.
ups.
Maybe we'll talk about it. I haven't read it, so I don't know if it's any good.
No, I
know
saw it.
you
And I
guys-
kind
you
of
guys
wanted to
love-
check it out too. Yeah.
You guys love. I hate. What is that? I hate Fairyland.
Fairyland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I recognized her immediately. So
That's cool.
maybe if we have time, I don't know.
Yeah, no, like that, like it's a good recommendation.
I
Most
mean,
Magnum.
it took us 2 hours to do one book today. So.
Right.
But yeah, no, if you do like that book, like I Hate Team Ups, or even this, like, check out War of the Independents, man. Like I've been seeing some of the new covers coming out for like issue 5.
That's so crazy that they're only at 5.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is that like if you have issue 2, like it's going for like $300-400 online.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like for some reason there was like a shorter print run, and people ordered number 1, but they didn't order number 2 because it
Right.
didn't sell as much, and delays. But I've been seeing a lot of the pinups, and the Red Anvil Comics and Dave Ryan. They've been actually like getting people. So like this one I saw, it looked almost like a Ninja Turtles type of homage, but it's not. But it was like the Crow, the Tick, Usagi Yojimbo, and Milk.
Oh, I saw you post that picture.
Yeah.
Now I know what you're talking about.
And I was like, man,
I'm
if
in.
I could, like, yeah, I was like, when I saw that's issue 5. I'm like, fuck, I gotta check this shit out.
That's
And
crazy.
yeah, and then it's like their issue 5 is featuring the Pro, so they're bringing back the Pro in there, So he actually, he pays all these characters to do this weird like team up thing that we're seeing here. We're seeing everybody do. He had the idea 25 years ago or something, and he did it with all independent creators.
That's insane, man.
Yeah, but I was like, man, like I gotta check that out. So I get it. I deactivated my Kickstarter. I don't know if he's gonna do a Kickstarter, but I might have to reactivate.
You did that to save yourself money?
Yeah, because I was like,
Can't get high and
I'm
kickstart.
trying to pay my light bill, and it's like, oh no, you're short like $3, but it was like, oh, I forgot I pledged to this,
Yeah.
And that's the problem is pledging. Like if I could just pay for it like in the moment, and you can, but
Right.
if you hit pledge, then you get it, because like sometimes I'm like, this thing isn't gonna get funded, but I want it to, so I'll pledge.
Right.
If it gets funded, then they take the money, and then sure enough, it gets pledged. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
fuck.
but they take the money like a month later or whatever.
They take it at weird times, and that's where it fucks me up. Where it's like, hey, I'm trying to pay the light bill here,
Indeed. Listen, for the entire Fantastic Forum, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Until then, we're the Fantastic Forum.
Also,
Have a good
Larry,
night.
in chat, Emily wants to know if you're going to the pizza thing.
I am. We'll talk about it. All right, later.